Hey, Dan.
All right, Scott, Brad, you
Beautiful
there?
day.
It's another beautiful day in the neighborhood. Ladies and gentlemen, since most of you are subscribers, then you know that we are here for drinking beer and kicking butt, and we're all out of beer today. Brad.
What movie are we referencing now?
A little dazed and confused. Come on, Brad.
All right.
Remember your stuff. All right, so we're beginning our Q&A webinar. As you know, the first slide is always our disclaimer, where Trade Ideas is not a registered investment advisor, and all the information you're going to be hearing from all members of the team from Trade Ideas is for informational and educational purposes only. With that, what a heck of a show we got for you today. Now, we haven't really changed the slides from the last time. This is a good slide. Brad, it's already out of date, of course, but
well, it is, and don't tell Julio, but I dropped in the chat a link to the very latest version that you're going to be demonstrating. So if you guys want to download it.
No, you're giving them something good, Brad. I want to tease them.
Well, you can now show them how to use it. Show them what we have in it.
Well, I don't even know if I know how to use it. Okay, but this slide, guys, we've got a product pipeline. Our pipe is so thick that it's like 2 years. Okay, I can't even do this webinar with a straight face, Brad. That's how much stuff we got. It is so, our development pipeline is so potent we can almost not take it. So as you see right here in this slide, news is now fully integrated, and I'll be showing you all of this. We're gonna test the parameters, so to speak. So we've got news, and we've got the stocks like this in the similar tab, so that you can see competitors and things that are similar in price action. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch from the presentation to my screen, and you're going to see why it is that I'm kind of so cocky today, as if I'm
you are cocky. I'm sensing it.
I'm cocky, Brad. Look, number one, let's first talk about something important. It's something that everyone should know, and we've been saying it for a while. Market does not only go up. Okay? In fact, usually, just by the nature of the psychological elements involved, Brad, fear, which is the big driving component of any down market, tends to accelerate the momentum of the down move, makes it faster than the upward movement. Like, for example, we lost in 3 days roughly all of 2019 gains in the S&P and the Dow, right, Brad? I think that was
of course, there are extraneous circumstances to that, but certainly the downside has a different emotional feel to it.
Absolutely. Okay, and look, ladies and gentlemen, you're here. Why? Because you want to do better than the people that don't have trade ideas. You guys all know this. I know this. Brad knows this. And all that we can say is that we do that stuff that you want. And I'm going to speak very simply about what, first of all, okay, you are watching the Omni AI channel. So this is the channel that summarizes, it combines all of the signals from all 3 artificial intelligence. And you can tell why I'm cocky today. Look at the results. Okay. Now this is just trading 100 shares, Brad. You know, my internal setup, let me show you tools, tools, options, okay, AI trade size. Let me go to, so
mine
here
was a little more aggressive at dollars per trade, but I imagine all 3 of those scenarios would have worked pretty good today.
Absolutely. So here I am at putting $2,500 in each trade. I mean, of course, everything's sized appropriately, as you can see. But the thing for you to understand, okay, is this stuff right here, and I'm just bringing this up. Let me minimize it so you can kind of see the level here. You had a signal at 591, and it went up to 1077. Okay, I should turn off the webinar now, Brad. Okay, and the recording's done. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, everybody. Good night. I don't know what else to tell you guys. Well, I will say this. Okay. I think we were the only ones that called it. Okay. So look at these calls. This is we are at the 8 trade ideas just happens to be now number one. Of course, you've got the CEO and the whole team, and they're very humorous guys, and we've been in the game a long time, and we like to enjoy what it is that we're doing. Okay. Okay. But the beauty is we are the apex idea generator that delivers such signals as CODX, which again you had during the day. First of all, let me you could have been trading CODX today, Brad, at 1 million shares a pop. Okay, if you had the money. I mean, at 81 million shares traded, this thing, there was no shortage of liquidity. So what I'm trying to say is here, guys, this isn't like, look, you bought it for 3 cents and now it's at 6 cents. That's 100%. No, that's bullshit. Okay, these are we trade real stocks, not the penny. Okay, 81 million shares is significant. This is a real move, and it wasn't like it was easy. Like it was good here at 350, it was good at 410, and then it was good again at 591, and then just continued to go. But Brad,
Dan.
what if that's not enough for you? Because why have just one?
Ron Ronco.
Why just have one over 30% winner? Why? When you can have VIR too. I mean, so guys, look at this today and understand that this is really simply the value proposition, okay? So you combine it with risk management, right? The idea is that you want to be able to try all of these out, even the ones that are not successful, but you really are able to then amplify on the ones that go your way like this. And I hope that that's the simple concept that makes sense, because it's not about the tools or the indicators or any of that junk, because eventually, okay, we all get to the simple notion of you got to make the trade and you got to make it do what it needs to do. Okay, and we've over 17, remember we started Trade Ideas in 2003. We're 17 years into it. We've never had $1 of venture capital money, which is why we still create good stuff. We don't have to do board meetings. The only master of the board is me, and I rule like an iron-fisted commando, alien-destroying warrior. Brad, is that right?
That's a mouthful. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to argue with you. We love what we do. We've got a great product.
Because I'm mad. Well, and then there's this other sweet piece of the puzzle that I hope you guys are watching, which is, I'm going to highlight it, Brad. What am I doing here?
Well, you're going both ways, right? Those are short that you just highlighted, but these are both long and short trades.
Right. So the AI has no bias towards, oh, we're in a bull market or we're in a bear market. We are in simply a statistical recognition behavioral science market. Okay. We don't care about your feelings. It's not a feelings market. It's a statistical, mathematical, behavioral deduction.
Well, and also, Dan, everybody should know, like, we have no idea what symbols are going to be generated through this during the day. I mean, we just absolutely have no idea. So it's not like you're presented as you walk in with these stocks that you're going to go ahead and get in. These are happening in real time. And when some particular price action occurs that causes one of these strategies to fire, you're going to get presented with that idea. And this is what was presented today. And every day it's a new set of ideas.
So now let me kind of, Brad, bring it back to something that we were talking about. So you have these two beautiful trades, one in VIR. So when the VIR trade happened, which was, when did that happen? Let me sneak a peek into that signal. So it was like 5 minutes after the open.
That was pretty early, yeah.
That's an early one. It's okay. Mm-hmm. But look what you can do. Oh, now you're seeing, hey, there's a need, or makes sense why they've got that similar tab. So let's look at stocks similar to. So when I go to my view mode, These are the competitors, but I'm going to go to price action. Well, Brad, that kind of explains it, doesn't it?
Kind of in a league with them.
VIR was all on its own today. Love that. But let's go to the view mode for competitors. And let's just see what we got, cruising around. Well, look at that. Isn't that interesting? So like one of the things you can do, remember I said that these things are getting ready to run. So I'm going to put in my buy price, CBLI. Okay. I'm going to go to NVAX. Let's see what it's doing. It's kind of similar stuff.
Go ahead, zoom out on the day today so you can see what happened today. It looks like it was up pretty good and really pulled back hard.
Well, all of these, but just not as much as VIR, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so what I'm simply doing is now is I'm getting like and then some of them, again, you can kind of see that maybe these are the laggards or they haven't been, found out yet, but you never know, right? So just place your order where the momentum is going to be. You don't need to get it perfect, but this is the way to trade it. Notice, again, I am here using our simulated trading to get feel for things so I can be notified by actual simulated trades now instead of only just alerts. And this allows me to prepare. Okay, this allows me to prepare in a way that I think, all of us would want to if we were given the chance. Like you can really set up your trades this way. And by the way, what I'm doing here in simulation mode, you can do in real mode with our connection to IB. So this is notice how I'm dragging and dropping, which is the other thing that we're showing you guys. Okay, I'm using our tech to kind of create. I see what's been running. It's these therapies, everyone's got the virus fears, all good there. And I'm just using my advantage point, the fact that I have information that nobody else has. Okay. So now let's go to CODX. Okay. And find the competitors to that one. I mean, again, what an amazing move, right? CODX. Well, let's see what else. And what's in our price range? How about XAR? Okay. So that hasn't gone yet. So do you guys see what I'm doing here? I'm like giving you the sweetest bit of proper technique information. And you can see the volume, Brad. I mean, this is another beautiful example here. Look at the volume percentages, right? All of these are in play because of the various virus scares and whatever else that could be out there in the world. And I'm just getting I'm getting set up. I'm getting prepared. I don't need to rush into it. In this case, Brad, it would just be fine at 450 too, because then it's going.
Yep.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm showing you apex predation. I'm showing you the smartest way to set these. It's all done for you already, of course. And you've got the single stock window. You can look up any stock. You can find similar stocks. It's all there. Okay. Now look for CODX. We can go and we can look at the news. Okay. And see what's going on. Is there anything that's even interesting? I don't know. Investor attention alert. Let's take a look what they say. From the NASDAQ. It looks like a bunch of BS. A lot of times, guys, news is slow. Usually price action, we've said this, Brad, until we've turned blue. Price action trumps news, okay, all the time.
Well, the thing is with news, it's up for interpretation, right? Just like earnings and such. But when something's happening and you see it happening, that's the real world right there.
So let's take a look at some of the short trades which were fantastic. Okay, so here you got a top in the CRNC, right? I'm going to look at similar. So I'm going to start kind of getting my work set up for me here. So I'm going to look at change from the close, see what was up on these competitors. So COSD, okay, no, that's a big gap down. But here's the thing. Again, you can do things here with trade ideas. So here I'm going to say, okay, if it breaks down, I've got my short sell. So now I'm selling first, buying later. Do you guys see what I'm saying? So I'm going in both directions. So here I'm going to look at this thing called tile. Okay, carpet and rug mills. I don't know what the heck that is, but I see MHK sure is expensive in a sense, meaning that the stock is much bigger and has maybe more to fall. And since we caught the tile move, right, maybe we'll catch this one. Let me come out of there for a little bit. Okay, here I see it. And notice how, Brad, what is this little dotted line that we got here? It's called the swing stop, isn't it? That means all the people that were long from here, so basically from October of last year, are feeling some pain. They're like, okay. So now when we cross below there, I'm going to sell it. I'm going to sell it short. I'll move my short price. Here, move my long price to here, and move my short price a little bit there. So now I'm set up. John, a similar tab should be in that version that Brad dropped into the chat room for all of you guys. Okay. So look at, here's Papa John's Pizza. Beautiful, beautiful short sell that we had on that one. Okay. So I'm going to look at some of these other ones. Yum Brands looks terrible. Okay. Same thing, but shorted below. Okay. Dunkin' Donuts. I mean, donuts aren't healthy, Brad, are they?
No, I don't think Krispy Kreme did well.
No, so this is I'm showing you guys almost like this information should be proprietary. Like I'm just showing you the inside info here, okay, on how it's done. And again, it's technique. So here I'm going once again, let's sell it below when it breaks down, and here it is. The idea is to be protected, right? Your chess move is there ahead of time. Domino's Pizza, my goodness, right, Brad? Look at this thing. Okay, look. If Papa John's got annihilated, okay, Domino's Pizza, Brad, that looks like Tesla Motors.
Go to the detail tab. Did they have earnings just a few days ago?
Did they? Let me see. Oh, let me take a look at. One second. I'm still in the middle of getting the generals arranged. Okay, let's take a look at the details tab. February 20.
Yeah,
okay, so their earnings were good.
Right?
So their earnings were probably good, but with this whole pandemic, who's going to eat pizza when they're dying? Brad? You're dead. You don't want to eat pizza when you're dead?
Yeah, but not that many people are.
But my point is, guys, through humor, but through very easy things to understand, notice what I'm doing. I'm taking the winners that we have here, so short pizza, and I'm shorting another pizza, okay, like as it's breaking down, and then I have again, a stop that's ready
so
to
you're,
protect.
You're actually doing that opposite, Dan. I don't want to call you on it, but it looks like you're buying that right there, and you have that reducing order stop.
Well, terrible by me. Yeah.
And you're doing a lot of these. Here's the problem: you're doing these orders on the daily.
Yes.
And you really need to be zoomed out on your intraday so you have a better perspective.
There we go. That's fine. I can squint. So here it is. 49, 50, and 58. That's too much for me. 55. Okay, there we go. On 100 shares, I can lose like 5 or 6 points. That thing could go down 50. This is how you trade, and the beauty about what we're doing in terms of taking it to a whole other level is that, so Brad, are these orders going to be in the system tomorrow when I log in?
They should be.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is too much. Brad, turn off this webinar. We're giving away too much stuff. It's too good. I mean, you guys realize that you don't have to do anything. Like you can go to any page, okay? Like here, I'm on the account builder page, okay? And you can see like, okay, what the hell is Dan doing? APT, dang, okay? They tried to do something. I mean, this thing has been all over the place. Wow, what's it gonna do? What business is roofing, siding, insulation, and material? I mean, this thing went from 6, where again, we looked like we were trying, and remember, this is what we said before. Not all of our calls are perfect. I mean, this one worked out, but we thought this was, I mean, the AI thought this was a top, but sometimes, you know, that's not the case, okay? But the idea is that every one of these trades is managed. So look at the entry, right? Look at the exit. You lost 10 cents. Even if you lost 4 times as much, 40 cents, it's nothing considering the movements that you have here, okay? So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say to myself, okay, if this thing starts going lower, like to around 11.44, I'm gonna sell it and I'm gonna get out of the highs. Once again, just a beautiful way to go in either direction. And I'm just checking out other pages. So I can explore all these other things. Okay, here I'm looking at, remember the pharmaceuticals, we saw what was happening with those are buys. So here I'm buying, I've got my instant stop. Notice that I didn't have to put the stop in. Brad, it's too good.
Yeah, you could even go to the biotech channel and, you know, kind of peruse that channel. A lot of different ways to ingest and get this information that'll help you in your.
If you have a biotech channel, Brad, I must not have the right channel bar because mine's not in high definition.
Yeah, if you close your channel bar right now, I think at some point you had an older one. Open your new channel bar and you should be able to get our high res version of it. It's one of the things we're working on, guys, the ability for you to have different resolutions to your setup. Of course, you can always set your own layout up, your own workspace up, and save your channel.
And you can add it to your channel bar like I did here. See that in my discovery channel? That's just a channel that I created. There's so much. Schwab, are you looking at the stock symbol? Or do you think Schwab should license Trade Idea software? Because either one works. Schwab, hi. We charge you money to give you average returns. Who said that, Brad? Why did you say stuff like that? Okay, so once again, here we're on the biotech channel, and you saw that there's just a lot. Look at, like, you can sort this by relative volume, Brad, and you really get a very interesting thing going on. So you have some of these names that are just on.
Yeah, look at that. That was an interesting call today.
You guys. Why do you guys get this stuff from us? Brad, erase this webinar. Erase these buy points. They're too good.
So look, wait, before you go into it, you know, look, 17 years we've been creating and developing this tech, and the top list window was something that we did, you know, 10 years back. And obviously you could have gotten this symbol through one of these windows that you create, but how do you really know which one is something that you should be looking at? And through the years, we developed the AI that really uses our backtesting technology to refine these different strategies that you see. And so I'm going to lead you right into this one. This is one that was generated through the AI today as well.
Well, because typically when one statistical setup starts working, in all seriousness, it a lot of times similar industries are doing similar statistical things because the research guys, you know, they're not geniuses. They're all doing the same stuff, okay? So the beauty though here, Brad, is that you can find things like, well, first of all, again, look from 81 cents to 350. Come on, this is just, it's so potent, okay? Let me zoom out here. What did I do? Oops. Okay, so I'm just setting myself up, getting myself ready. BCLI, another one, you know, that we're watching, because look at these moves. You know, this is how you, and one of the things that's very difficult for people to assess in the stock market, Brad, is that in the stock market, sometimes you have to make like 3 to 5 years of returns in a week. It's possible.
That's true. I mean, it really is true.
So people think of this ROI and, you know, what about a month? What about 2 years? But sometimes, again, the opportunity, just like during the dot-com bubble, okay? And not all of the stocks were dot-com bubble stocks, but Qualcomm went up like 600% in 1 year, okay? I mean, 600% is enough to build wealth in a family and put it into, like, you know, T-bills and still work. So you have to be ready to act, and that's the whole value proposition of Trade Ideas, is having you be ready to act and ready to act in things that, oh God, I love that I click on something that I'm already set up. You're ready to act and you are ready to take advantage where your strength is, okay? And here I'm just kind of going into these stocks where there's a lot of volatility, and I'm saying to myself, okay, you know, I want to play this. I want to play this when, you know, if there's turnaround, if there's news. See here, if it keeps going down, I'm not going to be in it. I'm only going to be in it if it turns around and goes up. So there's never, I mean, I don't really see any other software technology out there, okay, that even remotely comes close to giving you the capabilities that we're giving you. All right, so Jason asked, what about Schwab? So look, Jason, it's a great question. Every broker should be pounding on our door and begging us to integrate with them. But they're so big and fat, and Brad, lazy.
Well, you know, it's interesting though. I was super excited. Our last development meeting, we got to see the latest development of Brokerage Plus, and there were 2 additional brokers that were in the drop down there. And I alluded to earlier in one of the chats that E-Trade's one of the brokers that we're working with. There's another one that we're working with as well. Not at liberty to say it, but yeah, Schwab's not one of them yet, but you never know. We're continuing to add to this particular list.
It only takes enough of their customers to communicate to them, say, hey, I've heard about this trade ideas. I want you guys to connect to their, you know, software. And if enough people say it, they at least pay attention. But on their own, they just don't like to do anything. They really don't, unfortunately.
It's an acquisition game.
Yeah. So Ray, we have a whole YouTube channel with tons of videos on what the AI does, how it works from A to Z. All you guys have to, in fact, Brad, maybe you drop the link to our YouTube channel to everybody just so that they know.
You bet.
This sort of brings me to the next thing, and you know, I'm perusing through the channel bar. There's so much power in the stuff that you guys are seeing here. And I'm trying to just show you that, you know, we cover all the bases so that you don't have to know how to set it up. The channel bar is your gateway to professionally set up workspaces that are ready to go for you, okay? They're already ready, okay? You don't have to do anything else. That's one of the advantages of being in our kind of environment, is that there isn't a huge learning curve in the sense that to get up and going and work, it's very easy. If you want to go to higher levels, we have curriculum for that. There's, again, YouTube videos on how to do anything, custom formulas. You can get very fancy with the software. There's even like a scripting language built inside of it, okay? And you can get very fancy, but you don't have to. So, Rayon, you were asking about TradeStation or Thinkorswim. We're negotiating with TradeStation. You know, they kind of have a little bit of an attachment to their own software, which they have to sort of kind of break up with a little bit because it's just a different architecture of what you can do. We probably, and Brad, I think you might know a little bit more about this than I do, but I think we do the linking to them, right? So you can double click on our stuff and all that.
Yeah, you can double click or click on a symbol and it'll update the platform Thinkorswim, and it'll update their charts and their order entry panel, their level 2 if you have that on the system.
And I think TradeStation too.
Yeah, sure. For sure. Yeah, I mean, look, we do the symbol linking with about 90% of the, probably even higher than that, the applications that are out there. So that type of integration is pretty easy. As far as the Brokerage Plus, we're picking those off little by little, but the list is growing, and I would expect probably in the next 30 days there'll be an update to that.
Yeah, E-Trade, believe it or not, because they kind of were sort of left out of the, well, you know, they were recently acquired by Morgan Stanley, but before that, they were sort of like the lone tier 2 broker after, you know, TD Ameritrade, which had bought Scottrade, was bought by Schwab. Everybody's buying everybody. Brad, nobody wants to buy us. We're not for sale. Don't worry.
That's the difference, right?
We're not for sale. But when E-Trade was kind of left alone, they went to us and they're like, how can you help us? And we've been working with them ever since, and we are still, in essence, working with them. And so from that point of view, you know, we've got things happening. So let's see. Bill said he tried to link to Thinkorswim, and William tried to help me. Does William know what he's doing?
Yeah, we need to get Bill there. I know that sounds like the same person, but it's not.
I know we have a Bill and a William. Well, kick Bill, not you, Bill, that's asking the question, but we're gonna kick William's ass. We'll start. Look, we do things very simply here. A, we kick William's ass. B, we teach him how to do it right, and then he knows how to do it. I feel like the dice man, Brad.
There are a couple of things. Yeah, we'll go ahead and email support asking for Bill. But in the meantime, why don't you maybe try running both applications as administrator? And to do that, just right-click on the icons, right-click, and then run as administrator. A lot of times that helps.
Never, ever have those words come out of my mouth. What Brad's saying.
Never. And
they've never come out of my mouth. I don't think I could say it, having heard him just say it. It pains me to attempt to run my software as an administrator. So that's the level of technology your CEO is, if that makes any sense. So once again, I want to kind of look, guys, today, I want to keep things simple. I want to say that you do not need rocket science to learn how to use our technology to help you find opportunities and take advantage of them. We do everything for you that really needs to be done. Okay, you got the AI that makes the calls, and remember, it does everything. It gets you in and it gets you out. And then there's different risk modes, okay? Moderate, aggressive, conservative. You've got all these different layouts, including, so like once you like something, these are stocks that you like, so that the software is watching you, it's working with you. So here's all the different things that I can, that I've clicked on in the various times that I've been working with you guys through the Q&As, and here I am, I'm setting up my buys and my sells. The critical component is when I set up my buy, my stop is done automatically. Guys, this is as big of an innovation as the automatic transmission was to the standard, okay? So all of this is in play for you. You've got, let me come right in here and present. You've got our good friend Barry Anderson, who runs the Trade Ideas Trading Room every single day, who's also working with helping people on ramp, answering questions, and just showing people a use case scenario. How do people trade with the software that aren't constantly in some sort of customer service orientation? In other words, Barry's there, he's trading real money. He's got a meritocracy of people who are also there with him, who are also trading real money. And you can see what they do. It's a free room. Everyone's welcome, and you get an immense amount of education there, okay? There are daily support sessions, trade-ideas.com/live, where people come in, our experts from various aspects of how to do things, from the very basics of setting up to scripting to managing risks. All components are in education form, and you can listen in. It's kind of like, again, college, but at your own pace, and you're not being graded. So
yeah, no, you could watch other people ask questions, or you can ask your own. So for sure.
Yeah, we stand alone in the quality of information and the consistency, because we know that trading stocks is a difficult endeavor. This is why we created simulated trading environment. If you guys are not using our simulated trading environment, you're really missing out, because that's the way to learn properly without losing an immense amount of money. I've said this before, Brad, I'm going to say it again. You should at least minimum dedicate 6 months to just trading on paper, so that the worst expense you have is your Trade Idea subscription. Okay, if you do that, you're going to set yourself up so good. It's like the cadaver for a surgeon. It's like the golf range for a golf pro. You must learn how this works, and the best way to do it is in the exact same environment as it would be with real money. That's what our simulated trading does. It's amazing, and again, I just can't say enough about it, because it changes your ability to handle and manage risk. Critical stuff here. So as you guys know, so most of you guys are already subscribers, but in case you didn't know, this is how much our software costs, and it's a monthly or yearly service, but this is what it is on a per day. Okay, we're the least expensive technology service with this kind of performance. And again, there's no other vendor out there that technologically makes calls. Okay, we're the only one in all of fintech where our technology is out there. It makes calls. It's visible. People can track it. It's all out there for you. There's for anybody that wants to upgrade or try it. If you're not with us, here's the promo code: new trades, 15% off your first month, or a year off of trade ideas. And we do podcasts, a different way to look at the data, and add humor, just having you guys interact with us in different ways. Search for us on your favorite podcast search tool and you'll find it. We've recently added a bunch of new electronic ebooks. Trade-ideas.com/earnings is a new ebook, and kind of goes in with our earnings channel, which has on our single stock window, of course, there's that tracking that tells you when the earnings for any stock is coming out. All this is included. We're your one-stop shop. We're very easy to get a hold of, and although I'm banned from all social media, we do have members of the Trade Ideas team that are still allowed to participate at Trade Ideas, at QuantBot, and at Today Trader. Please like us on Facebook and do not hesitate to call us or send us an email at info@trade-ideas.com. Scott, I think that's all that I had today, and I want to make sure we're caught up. Yeah. Remember, everyone, that Brad dropped in a version right into the chat that's got the similar stock window. He shouldn't have done it, but he just
don't email us asking for it. I'll get in trouble. So
yeah, don't tell him Brad did it. Blame it on the CEO. The guy's out of control.
Sounds good. Stay tuned for an email tomorrow with a link to the playlist, and we're all good.
Thank you very much, everybody. We appreciate your time.